Before heading to the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it and don't forget to click the bell icon for the latest update notification. If you like the video, do like, comment and share. Stay tuned with learnbay.co. Happy learning!
So based on that, the what distribution you are choosing in performing this inferential test or estimations, we have something called G test and T test. Okay, the differences are here. Right, there are certain guidelines basically given out there when to use G test or G distribution table, or when to follow T test or T distribution table. So the guidelines are quite simple. Whenever your sample size is greater than 30, you can go ahead with the G test. When you have a sample size much lesser or lesser than 30, better to stick to T test. Okay. Um, uh, okay, again, G test we can use if we know one of the actual population parameter. If we don't know, then we have to go ahead with the T test. Okay. And T tests are quite useful for multiple tasks. I mean, in real application, we make use of T test for various. One is in hypothesis testing. Also, we make use wherever you have calculated, right? Um, your test statistics, right? Using the G equal to x bar minus x by sigma by root n formula. There we can also make use of basically T. There is something called T test or T test statistics, where if we don't know the sigma actually from our population, okay, we'll see that. Beyond with this, T tests are also used to compare if two groups mean are same or not. The first point you can say, okay. The T test asks whether a difference between the means of the two groups is unlikely to have occurred because of random chances. So you'll see, we'll come to this application later on also, okay. We have the scenario, okay. For example, I'll give you one thing. This, let's assume the average age of two groups, okay, or the average age of male and female in a sample data turned out to be same, okay. Now, what do you think? Is it just coincidentally, or that's true only for the sample, or will that be true for the population also? In the population also, the average group of the all the males and all the females out there will be same. If you have to test this kind of scenario, we make use of t-test, okay. Actual population parameter means 5 something. No, actual mean, median, right? Mean, median, whatever, or central tendency, or these all terms, when we use as a mean, median, we say when you are using them with respect to sample data, we say them statistics, okay, or sample statistics. But the same thing when you map with respect to the population, we say population parameters. So when I say population parameter, mean can also be a population parameter, okay. Clear? So this you read, what you should be much clear. G tests are actually useful and actually works when you have availability of the population parameters, one of the population parameters in the formula. If you don't have, we go ahead with the t-test, okay, as we saw before as well, right? During interval estimation, if you remember. And t-tests are not just used for this hypothesis testing. We also do make use of t-test, no, in order to evaluate certain differences between groups, okay. So basically that's an application of your hypothesis testing, right? Let's go ahead and see few the above examples, like the way we performed your hypothesis testing using G test statistics. How can we perform using T test statistics if we don't know sigma? Okay, so sigma was nothing but in above problems, those were actually population standard deviation, right? So when we don't know population standard deviation, we have to go ahead with a T test where population standard deviation or population variance is unknown. The formula goes this way: x bar minus mu naught. Mu naught comes from your hypothesis testing, right? And divided by s by root under n. So what is s here? S is sample standard deviation. That's the only difference, right, between G test and